Fatiha. Selamünaleyküm. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin seyyidi ve ahirin. Meded ya Resul, meded ya Sadat ve Sadat. Meded ya Meşahil Destur ve ala Şabla Fazda Hasan Muhammed Ali. Meded. Tarikatuna as-sahaba ve el-hayru fil cem'iyye. Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem leyse ba'de kufri zan. En büyük günah küfürdür yani.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that there is no greater sin than disbelief.
Kafir olmak en büyük günah odur. Ondan daha büyük yok. Yani kafire sen
The greatest sin itself is disbelief. There could be no greater sin than being a disbeliever.
içki içtin, zina yaptın, domuz eti yedin ve günah diyemezsin artık.
Because a disbeliever is in a state of continuous sin. You cannot blame a disbeliever or accuse a disbeliever saying that he drank alcohol or committed adultery or ate pork, because he already is a sinner being a disbeliever.
Zaten günahların en büyüğü o yapılmış.
And by disbelieving, he already has committed the greatest of all sins.
Küfür o manadadır ki onu ancak küfür bittikten sonra hiçbir günahın hükmü kalmaz. Onun için
However, if you stop disbelieving, then whatever sin you may have committed before, if you accept Islam and you stop disbelieving, then none of the other sins will remain.
Müslüman onlar eskiden ne yapmışlarsa yeniden doğmuş gibi oluyor.
Therefore, those who, after disbelieving, become Muslims, they are as if they are born again, regardless of whatever they may have done in the past.
Hani şeyden başlıyor, Allah Azze ve Celle her şeyi affetmiş oluyor.
Because by believing and becoming a Muslim, Allah Almighty forgives everything.
Onun hayatı o saatten başlıyor, Allah'ın yolunda devam ediyor.
The moment a person stops disbelieving and becomes a Muslim, that is the time that from that hour, starting from that hour, life begins and will continue on the path of Allah Almighty.
Çünkü dünyada işte görüyoruz, şunu yaptı, bunu öldürdü, bunu vurdu, bunu şey yaptı, kafir yapar.
We see in this world many bad things, and people do this and do that. They kill people, they shoot people. Those who do such things are disbelievers, because it's a disbeliever who does such evil acts.
Hepsi onun şeyi değil. Ona artık küfür yapmış, istediğini yapsın. Hiçbir şeyi yani Allah indinde en büyük şey odur.
Because in fact, by disbelieving, a disbeliever has already committed the greatest of all sins. It doesn't matter in the sight of Allah Almighty what else he does, because by disbelieving he already committed the greatest sin.
O İslam'la şereflenirse el-İslam mecubbu ma kablah diyor Peygamberimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. İslam ondan önce yapılan her şeyi affeder.
But if a person stops disbelieving, becomes a Muslim, is honored with Islam, then our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says, Islam wipes away what comes before it.
Bu şimdiki insanların şeyi dünya kendi kafalarına göre yaptığı kanun onun da hükmünü ister. O artık Allah indinde İslam'a döndü mü, Müslüman oldu mu hepsi yeniden doğmuş gibi oluyor.
When a person becomes Muslim, By entering Islam, everything will have been forgiven, what has been committed prior to it. People today, of course, they have their own ruling system, they have their own way of making judgments, they make up laws according to their own mind. But in the sight of Allah Almighty, the moment a person becomes a believer, becomes a Muslim, that person will become as if he is born again.
Onun için Allah'ın hükmü hak olan hüküm odur.
It is Allah Almighty's judgment, which is the true judgment.
İnsanın hükmü bir işe yaramaz. Problemden başka şey değildir.
In that regard, human judgment is useless in the face of Allah Almighty's judgment. Human judgment is nothing but a problem.
Ama tabii işte dünyada olduktan sonra ne olsa ona tabi olacaksın.
But of course, as long as the world exists, whatever happens, you must abide by the rules and laws.
Sen kendi kafana göre hüküm veremezsin. Hüküm Allah'ındır.
You cannot give judgment according to your own mind. Judgment belongs to Allah Almighty.
Allah Azze ve Celle onun hükmü ayrı, dünya hükmü ayrı.
And the judgment of Allah Almighty is distinct, and the worldly judgment is separate.
Yani İslam'la müşerref olduktan sonra dediğimiz gibi Allah'ın indinde yeniden doğmuş gibi o sevaba nail olur.
So regardless what the laws may be in this world, in the sight of Allah Almighty, if a person stops disbelieving and becomes a Muslim, then everything that that person may have done prior to becoming a Muslim will be forgiven, and it will be as if that person is born again anew.
Bunun Peygamberimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem zamanında o Hayber Savaşı'nda bir tane orada çoban vardı.
In the time of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, during the Battle of Khaybar, there was a shepherd.
Çoban İslam'la müşerref oldu.
And that shepherd was honored with Islam. He became a Muslim.
Daha bir vakit namaz kılmadan şehit oldu. Şehadet mertebesine geldi.
And before and after becoming a Muslim, before even he could perform a single prayer, he was martyred and attained the rank of martyrdom before he could even perform a single prayer.
Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem tebessüm etmiş ki bu insan bir namaz bile kılmadan cennete nail oldu.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, smiled and noted that this person attained paradise without praying even one prayer.
Yani o hükümler böyledir.
Such are the judgments.
Onun için İslam insanlar için kurtuluştur, saadettir. Allah'a şükür.
Therefore, Islam is salvation and happiness for people, thanks to Allah Almighty.
Ondan müşerref olanlar Allah'ın nimetine kavuşmuş oluyorlar.
Those honored with Islam have attained Allah Almighty's blessing.
Allah'ın lütfuna kavuşmuş oluyorlar.
They will have attained Allah Almighty's divine grace by becoming Muslim.
Allah sen bizi sabit kadem kılsın, yoldan ayırmasın inşallah.
May Allah Almighty keep our feet firm in following the way of Allah Almighty, and may Allah Almighty not separate us from His path, inshallah.
Ve minallah tevfik. El Fatiha.